Hi guys, and welcome to this week's AlakazamMagicUK Live. I am joined as always by the fabulous Mr. Wayne Goodman. Hello Mr. G.
Can I just quickly squash a rumour going around on YouTube that I'm not the invisible magician? Look at me. There's no way I would get away with being invisible.
But if you were the invisible magician, you would say you wasn't, right?
Look, I can't neither confirm or deny those rumours, but no one's ever seen me in the same room as Batman either.
What did you all think of that? I haven't watched it yet. I've just heard loads of things about this invisible magician. I know there was a great illusion act on there called Matrix, is it?
Oh yeah, apparently they were on before the Invisible Magician. Apparently, I've not seen them, but I've heard lots of people saying how much they enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard really good things about them.
A lot of controversy about the lady who sang the last song though, who got the golden buzzer, because she was the lady who sang the song on the film The Greatest Showman, but it was credited with Rebecca Richardson.
Yeah.
But actually, she minded it, and she was saying like she's never got any recognition for it. Nobody knows it's her. And she's unsigned, and she's she's just like anybody else, just a singer. But a lot of controversy over there, and a lot of speculation about the invisible magician, which is of course great because that's what people want.
I've got a little surprise for everyone.
Go on. Is it you?
No, he is joining me now.
No way.
Yeah, here he is.
Hello.
He's there. So
See ya. Well, not see ya.
he don't. He said he's not allowed to talk because of the contract with BGT, but
Fair enough.
but there he is.
Great performance. Well done. Thank you. Big round of applause there. Fantastic. And is he going to be there for the whole show, or is he going to just?
He's come down. He travelled quite far. He was a bit annoyed. He said the cameras put £10 on him. So anyway, he's going to be sitting at the card table, nice. But I haven't set up the camera for that. But every so often he might pop in. So yeah, nice. Anyway, off you go. Take your chalk. So yeah, there you go. So that's an exclusive for AlakazamMagicUK viewers. I'll see if I can interview him maybe later and put it up. So how was your Easter? Over here, I know we have a lot of... Sorry, go on. I asked you a question, then I continued talking.
No, what were you going to say? We had a lot of what?
No, I was going to say we've got a lot of, obviously, foreign people that watch, people from other countries that may not have had the long weekend we had.
Yes. Yeah.
We had 4 days off.
So in the UK, we've had 4 days off, which is nice.
Yeah.
Really, really good. I had a good one. For those that know, I mentioned before, but a couple of weeks ago, one of Charlie's friends came to stay for the beginning of the Easter holidays, and then we took her back, and that was the day we came down to AlakazamMagicUK where we had everybody in the studio.
Yeah.
It was probably 2 weeks ago. It seems like a lot longer. It was only 2 weeks ago. And then Charlie went back to her mum's for a night, and she came back to mine, and we've been blitzing the house. So we've been getting rid of a load of old junk and throwing it away. I've done about 9 trips to the charity shop. And so it's been really good. We've cleared out a whole lot, proper spring clean. But also I've been working. I had possibly one of my favourite ever kid shows last Friday for a little girl 6 years old, and her mum videoed it and sent me some of the footage, which I've shown to you.
Yeah, it's great.
And it's just and I did my floating table on there. I've got a floating table, and I've never seen it before. I've seen photographs that parents have taken, but I've never actually seen the performance of it. So it was really nice to see that, and that's obviously good for helping me improve, etc. And then I had a close-up gig, which was great, and it's a nice weekend with Charlie. Really, it's been good.
Nice.
Not the busiest, but very enjoyable. So,
yeah.
And as well as that, I've been working on some new routines and ideas, and I know that I'm not allowed to talk about it or even show you the box. So I won't show you the box, but I've been working on a couple of routines for that, which is going to be coming out soon, as well as some other bits and bobs as well.
Oh.
So it never ends it. And in fact, you even sent me some homework which arrived this morning, which I won't talk about, but I've got some homework to get on with now. So, yeah,
So
it's
do you know what? It has, for us, we had like a really nice, busy weekend. We've got another bank holiday, I didn't realise, in a couple of weeks. We got May Day coming up, haven't we?
yeah.
So we got...
Don't announce that. Don't announce that if you work on a plane.
Yeah, yeah. But today we've come in and we have had 2 or 3 of our future releases delivered.
Nice. Does that mean it's delivered? Oh.
So
I feel like jumping in the car now.
so guys, we've got some great stuff, like really good stuff coming out in the next couple of months. I think obviously we got a release this month. I sent out an email actually saying the release was going to be, the live launch was going to be Wednesday the 27th. It looks like that may change to Thursday the 28th, but keep your eye on the emails and we'll let you know. That's for this coming month's release. And then hopefully the website's going to be live very shortly. When that's live, we're going to have a few effects popping up, new effects. So they won't be live launched, but they will be going on the site. So make sure you're subscribed to our email list. And then we have got a huge, fingers crossed, a huge release happening at the end of May.
Yeah, I cannot wait. That's yeah. I was very lucky to be behind the camera,
Yeah,
helping out with filming for that, and I've never seen a project like it. Just so much. It's going to be it's going to be a huge one.
yeah.
Yeah.
And well, you know how much I'm loving it. And it's something that is...
You show me something new with it every single day, Pete, that's why.
The thing is, it's something that's sort of way out of my comfort zone, really. It's something that I just don't really do. It's a genre of magic that I've got 2 effects that I do in that genre, and now this has opened that up. So to do effects that I never thought I would ever do. But I'm loving doing.
I love getting out of my, the comfort zone. I love challenging myself. When I was the president of the Magic Club in Ipswich, one of the things I would always do on the President's Day, normally the President's Night, he would ask a couple of people to perform and say, oh, okay, well, you do this act, can you perform that act? And you do your trick, can you perform that trick? And I was known for my trick, and I'll perform my tricks. And I wanted to mix it up, so I would go up to somebody like Ash, who was a card guy, and I'll say, here's an egg bag, you've got 2 months, learn it, you're going to perform that on President's Night, and get them out of their comfort zone and give them something to learn that they're not known for. So when it goes, oh, now we've got Ash, and everyone goes, oh, here we go, this is a card set. Oh, he's doing egg bag. Oh, let's watch. And see how somebody who has no experience working in that area, see what they come up with, see what routines and that they come up with, because that's where the ingenuity comes from, that's where innovation comes from, by making people push further. So I think we should all do that to ourselves. We should all say, okay, I've never done a card trick before. I'm going to buy What Happens in Vegas, or I'm going to buy Zoltar's Opener, and I'm going to do these tricks, and I'm going to learn it, and boom, it's going to be a great, it's going to open up new avenues for you. It's really, really good. I always love challenging myself.
Yeah, and the great thing...
I'm not quite there with the manipulation that does yet.
No.
But I'll get it.
Well, the great thing about this project that's coming out at the end of May is there's so much to learn if you want to. I'm focusing on 3 effects. That's it. When I've got the 3, that will be me done, and that's all I'm ever going to have to do in this genre. If I combine that with what I already do, that's all I need to do, and that's enough for an act. But you've got so many effects to choose from, and they're all killer. Just want to answer this. Ron Wilson said, are we going to be at Magic Live? Yes, we are. And if you are going to Magic Live, we're not taking a huge array of things with us. We're taking about 6 or 7 items, but 3 of those items at least will be items that are pre-releases, so you will only be able to get them there. So that's going to be good. It's going to be exciting. So another thing that happened.
Hey, can I just clarify? When you say we're going to Magic Live,
No.
no,
It's me, the boy wonder, Harry, and so me, Harry, and Jenny.
Oh, so the real boss is going.
Yeah, and she's taking me. So yeah, I look forward. Anyone that's going to Magic Live, please come over and say hello. We'd love to meet you, because I know there's we've got a lot of people that live in America that watch our lives, usually watch it on catch up, but it will be great to see you all there. And also, my much older brother from Holland is going, Leo Schmetzers.
Very nice.
Yes, so I'll be hanging out with Leo. I say older brother, he's more like a father figure to me. Right, so also, this is back in stock. This turned up this morning.
Nice.
And we have 2 new items come in, which I'm going to show you the trailers for. And then in a moment, you're going to show us a trick.
I am. I've got a trick ready. Ta-da. I won't give it away just yet.
Right, so I'll tell you what, before we get started, why don't we play the trailer for this? If you're not aware what Chop is, it is phenomenal, by Craig Petty. Everything he's releasing at the moment is just great. This is an update and a re-release of one of his older products. The good thing about Craig is when he releases something, it is something that he uses. It's something that he works. And Chop is one of those things. So on this new one, you've got so many more uses for it, because he's been using it for the last 10, 15 years when it's been unavailable. So let's take a look at the trailer to Chop, and then we'll be back. Wayne.
How the f did you do that? How did you do that?
I didn't, it was him.
Hey, are you the new Messiah?
Yes, yes I am. Hey guys, my name's Craig Petty and welcome to Chop. I'll do it in your hand. Hold your hand out for me.
What?
Hold your hand out flat. Chop is a custom designed gimmick that allows you to do the classic Chop Cup routine with a borrowed cup and a borrowed bill. Imagine walking into any coffee shop or any bar anywhere in the world, borrowing a cup, borrowing a bill, and going into an absolutely mind-blowing Chop Cup routine. The idea is it uses a ball, it uses a cup, and it uses a magic wand. So you, the pen, the cup, and the bill. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to take the pen, watch the cup with the dollar bill in it. All you have to do is use that like a magic wand and just point it at the cup. I love the action. Do you know what happens when he does that though, Kelsey?
What happened?
The dollar bill disappears.
What?
Now, look, I know you look confused, but it's really easy. Look, if you just tap the cup like this, what happens is it comes back underneath. Let me do that again, Look, watch. Do you see the, look, let me go slowly. Watch carefully. It happens on 3. 1, 2, 3. Did you see it go? No, it's right there underneath the cup.
How did you do that?
I'll do
How
it.
did you seriously?
I'll do it in your hand. Hold your hand out for me.
What the fuck?
Hold your hand out flat. It's not going to happen until you say go. And you'll feel it land.
I'm like trying to figure this out.
Look, that's just the beginning. You can do with this gimmick things that you could never do with a normal Chop Cup. Imagine being able to do a Chop Cup routine on a spectator's hand. Imagine being able to just put a cup down on top of a bill and immediately have it vanish. You can do all that and more, but here's the thing. We've combined Chop Cup with a Bill to Lemon finale. So just when you think that the whole thing's finished, You make a lemon appear, you cut open the lemon, which is examined, by the way, and inside the lemon is the bill that you were using to do the chop cut routine. If that's the one with your name on it, that's going to be the finish to my act, and that'd be incredible. Open it up, have a look.
Handwriting.
For the first time ever, we've included on this project updated handlings, updated concepts, updated moves, and there's a whole section on other things that you can do with the chop gimmick. We've combined playing cards, coins, sponge balls, mentalism into one package. Now the chop gimmick isn't just a one-trick pony. You can do that, and you can show that that folded up card that you put there from the beginning is actually their signed card. Just that alone, in my opinion, like this has been the biggest secret, and when I came up with it, I was so happy with the concept of having this basically allow you to do an impromptu mystery box anytime, anywhere. And it is, honestly, you try it in the real with the real world, you'll see how strong it is. You will never leave the house without your chop gimmick, because as long as you have it on you, you're going to be able to do absolute miracles. Guys, my name's Craig Petty, and this is Chop.
So that's Chop. They're back in stock. What's happened to you? Can't hear you, Mr. Wayne Goodman. Can't hear you. Let me just make sure it isn't my... No, it won't be my earpiece. It's you. What have you done? Do you want to log out and back in? Okay. So while we're waiting for Wayne to log out and back in, we have got, just been released as well, Wayne's brand new book called Maxin's Primer. Here's a little information on it, and hopefully Wayne will join us when we're... Right, I will say that the pre-order has now ended. No, still can't hear you. Guys, can you hear Wayne? I presume you can't. Let me know in the chat. No one's letting us know yet, but I know we're on a 20-second delay. So guys, that book is now available. You can pick it up either from Wayne or at AlakazamMagicUK. It is £25 and we have got them in stock as far as I am aware. No, they can't hear Wayne. No, no one can hear you. Which, you know, sometimes that's a good thing. Anyway. Guys, let me know what you've been up to this weekend. Did you learn any new magic? And if so, what was it? What is it that has piqued your interest of late? Let me know what trick you're working on. Because
can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. He's back.
I got a message on the YouTube saying that they couldn't hear me. So I moved my microphone, but I don't know why it cut off all the noise. I have no idea.
Oh, yeah, you sound better. You do sound better.
There we go.
So have you got a trick for us?
I have. I've got a trick right here. I'm going to perform for it. I'm just going to move my camera.
Okay, and I'm going to... I'll bring you up full screen.
Okay. Exciting. So I've got a bit of a delay. So there we go. I don't know why I'm delayed, but there we go. I'll just do it anyway. So what we've got here is some chips. Now, I'm
Yes.
not going to show you them just yet, not the other side anyway, but we've got some chips here, and I've also got a prediction over here, which I will show you at the end. Now, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chips laid on the table like so. So we're going to have a number chosen. So either, Pete, we could ask someone to leave a message, and the first number between 1 and 6, the first person to give.
Yeah, let's do that. So, guys, the first number that I see come up here is the number we'll use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. Hit your keypads now. Send us that message.
Oh, I've got one over here.
Oh, it
On YouTube.
hasn't come up here yet. Oh, here we go. David Minton was the first one I saw, and it's number
That's here as well.
4.
4. Now, I should have said at the beginning, we're going to count from, well, Pete, you can choose because I didn't say at the beginning, but we were going to count from this end.
Yeah, we'll count from the correct end, yeah.
Are you all right with that? Okay, I
Yep.
should have said at the beginning, we will be counting from this end no matter what number is chosen. And, I mean, you're magicians watching, there is no force here. Any one of these chips can be chosen. So if we count down 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to pull this one back. In fact, I've got the prediction here. I'm just going to lay that on top of the prediction.
Yep.
And that can actually, no, I won't. I'll lay it next to the prediction because otherwise they might think I'm doing something. So I'll lay it there next to the prediction. And
Yep.
that's there. And then
Yep.
I've got these ones here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4's missing, 5 and 6. Now, if they'd have chosen number 1, I don't know how it's going to shuffle the count, so I'll bring it over. You can see it's got a silver
Like a
colour into it.
mirror.
Like a mirror, yeah. Oh my goodness. You know mirrors, right, Pete? You know mirrors?
Mm.
When I look in a mirror, is it me? Yeah, is it me in the mirror? Okay, if they've chosen, if they've chosen the second one, it's like gold.
Oh,
So we've got silver, we've got gold. The third choice would have been my favourite colour, purple.
yeah.
Number 4 is up here. Number 5 is a nice blue.
Yeah.
And number 6 is a yellow, just like so.
Right.
So that leaves us with number 4. And if I turn number 4 over, it is red. So they've
Yes.
chosen the red one. That's nice and easy. I'll put that back here. So they've chosen the red one, and that's their colour. This prediction has been here, and I will just show you that it is sealed. It's a sealed prediction,
Yep.
just like so. So I can actually open this, and they chose red. And would you believe it? The back of the card is red.
So what?
That's not the trick. That's not the trick. But this can be examined. There's nothing else inside there to find. It is just an envelope that gets put away. This is the prediction. They could have had any colour. They chose red, and it says here, you will choose red, and boom, bang goes the dynamite. And
I love that trick.
is the Mystic Chips by the Amazing Magic range, and I love it and I use it. I use these tricks in my show. I was at this party the other night. It was a 50th birthday, and I went up to this table, and there were a couple of kids on the table. Not many, but a couple. So I did this on them, and it's great. Kids loved it. Really, really good. The adults, the grandparents sat there. They loved it as well. I get a tap on the shoulder, and this bloke goes, "Can you come and do that for my mate over here?" You know what I mean? They loved it. The adults loved it as well. And before I knew it, I've now got 10 adults around me, and they're all holding them in their hands because there's no table, and I'm doing it in their hands. Okay, which one? You're going to choose this one. Okay, but let me take a second. Over here, you turn your one, turn your one, turn your one, turn your one. Okay, this one is whatever colour it was. Open the prediction, and it was 100% correct.
Yeah.
What's really nice about it as well is you get 2 predictions. So you only use 1 prediction, but it means that if you do a repeat performance, you can change the prediction and have a different outcome for the effect.
Yeah.
But there's no force. There's no force at all. They can choose any number, and you count from the same end every time. There's no force. There's no peculiarities. It's so simple. Even I can do it.
It's great. And the other one, just to see the power of them. I mean, the mummy mystery. It, like I said, if that was electronic, people would pay 400 or 500 quid for that.
Yep.
But there's no electronics. You're not looking. They choose any mummy to put in the little coffin or sarcophagus. Put that in, cover it up, and you're not looking. You're not peeking at anything. When you turn round, you can tell them exactly which one they've put in there, and you cannot see through it. Honestly, it's amazing. And you did a video which is up on our YouTube of you performing the crystal coin case and the UFO coin as a stand-up.
Yeah, and combining the two effects. So we used the crystal coin case to make the coin vanish, and then it appeared instantly inside the UFO coin box. The same signed coin instantly appeared then. Yeah.
We've got someone, Damien says, is the trick self-working? It's not self-working, but it pretty much is. Anyone can do it.
There's no sleight of hand.
Yeah.
But there is a move you have to do.
Yeah.
So
but it's
you can't just say open the envelope and check it.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, you have to do something, but it's something that I would be confident selling to an 8-year-old and then being able to do it straight away.
It's so easy. It's so easy. And yeah. And there's no funny moves, there's no peculiarities, there's nothing out of the ordinary. It's all done in plain sight. They can honestly choose anyone. You do the little bit of work, and then they can open the envelope after you've done the work, and yeah. And
so guys, if
12 quid, it's pocket money. It's nothing.
Yeah.
And you've got a complete, brilliant little trick in your pocket that you can do anywhere. I do love it.
And we've got a couple of people saying about TK Bolt as well, which is another.
I have that here as well. I love TK. I might do TK Bolt next week.
Yeah.
I love TK Bolt. It's one of my favourite tricks. So easy, so lovely to perform. And again, I was doing this on Saturday night as well. And it's just a brilliant, brilliant trick that you can do anywhere. What's this? Ah, lovely. Yeah, easy peasy. Exactly.
Yeah. And there's now 12 or 13 in the Amazing Magic range.
Now.
Yeah.
13, including this one, which I know he's watching as well. Andy Chase was doing this at the weekend.
Yes, that's great. Always been a classic.
I think I've told this on here before, but I gave all my wedding invitations went out in these. So I gave them all the wedding invitations, just simple as that, just put them apart. All my wedding invitations went out in these. And it came with a note saying if you bring the box back undamaged, you get a free drink. And I think I gave away 1 free drink or 2 free drinks that night, and because they were magicians. Everyone else smashed the box to get the invite out. Yeah. Brilliant.
Great. So we've got a couple of new bits turned up in the shop as well. So shall we take a look at one of these?
Yes, I'm intrigued because I did see when we were setting up, I did see a fraction of the trailer, and there's one of them. I'm hoping you're going to get that one, so I can watch it and see what it actually is. Right,
here we go. Let's have a look. I've got no idea which is which, so we're playing a bit of trailer roulette. Here we go.
Hit the button.
I'm David Regal, and Decision Point represents my work on what has to be one of the best effects in magic. Because I know you, Eric.
Wow.
No, you.
That lightning bolt.
I love that so much. Thank you.
A spectator can think of any one of 7 different symbols, and you know the symbol they're thinking of. The props scream elegance. This is a custom designed leather wallet, and everything you need to perform this effect is contained within it. Instead of 3 different colors being selected or things you might find around the house or in someone's pockets, I made Decision Point to use 7 symbol cards. Images that mean different things to different people. So when they make a selection, they're making it for a reason.
The house.
The little house, right here, on the lightning bolt.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
That one. Stop.
Right here. And the props you get, they do not look like toys. These look like what they are. Classy, high-end, elegant items. This is now an effect you could do at a formal show or when you're meeting that prospective new client. It's something I always wanted to have, but as it turns out, I had to make it. Now you can do the effect the way I've always wanted to do it.
It's great.
Looks nice.
It's what a package as well. It is so good, and they're in stock. Everything. I watched it this morning. It's what I thought it was. It uses one of my favourite methods. Very, very nicely thought out as well. And it's a really nice prop. It's a really good prop. And it's one of those things where sort of me and a few other people have looked into this, where there have been effects that we love to do, but the props that you get with them are just not good. So this is designed for the pro that's out there. Can be done close up, can be done parlor if you wanted it, and certainly can be done over Zoom or anything like that. Really nice, good quality props, lovely package, great tutorial video, everything you would expect from Regal, really. So that is Decision Point. We do have them in stock now, so you can go and grab yourself one of those.
Mr. Silky Lemon has just messaged on YouTube, and he's put up and he said, "Would be nice with the trick I did. Would be nice if you had 6 predictions, so repeatably." I would just say that you get the 2 cards with it, but they are just bicycle-sized cards. So if you've got a blank-faced deck of cards, you could make up, and you could repeat it any number of times. You don't.
But you would have to make more gimmicks.
Yeah. Oh yes, you would.
Yeah.
You know
But the
what?
thing is,
I'm just going to shut up now and just forget that.
the thing is, you don't need to
No.
be able to repeat something 7 times, because you're not going to do it. You're going to do it once. So the idea of being able to repeat it is, like Wayne said, in that situation where you've performed it and someone says, come and show this other group, they might be with you to watch it again. Now it's going to fool them a second time. But it's not the type of thing, like any trick really, you shouldn't be showing it time and time again, because like I say, the first time is a mystery, the second time's a lesson.
Yeah.
And it's true, because people watch for different things the second time. So you shouldn't really be repeating something a huge amount of times.
I'm glad you picked up on that, because I completely forgot that, yes, you'd have to do, yes. That's why you're Pete and Hardy, isn't it?
So, yeah, as I was saying, Decision Point is now in stock. So if you like that type of effect, I'm sure as magicians we probably know what's going on, and I will tell you it's very cleverly thought out. Very cleverly thought out. And the props are superb.
Looks like a lovely kit, and everything's there for you. Self-contained, goes in your pocket, and you're good to go.
Yeah, it's just all held in that wallet, and you're ready to go. And it's it will be a nice piece to do in a parlour show. You know, if you're doing a little sit-down thing, you've got a few people sitting around, or even a little audience, it's going to take a few minutes with presentation, and it's a nice piece. Interesting looking.
Magicians out there, parlour shows are really making a big comeback. And whenever I get booked now for a dinner or an event, almost every time they're saying, oh, is there any way you could do a little show at the end or before desserts, etc. So I did a wedding, and before the speeches I did a 10-minute, 15-minute warm-up before the speeches for them. And I did a company dinner. At the end of the dinner I did a half-an-hour spot for them. So there are, you know, that's the night that we had the launch. That's why I couldn't be there, because I was performing. And there's much more opportunities for this now. So as well as looking at the close-up stuff, really have a look at stuff like this, like Decision Point, that you can put into a parlour setting and perform for the room as a whole.
Yeah, I know.
Nice little add-on that you can get a few extra quid for.
Yeah.
You can charge a premium for it because it's a premium selling point. And there you've got a nice little add-on for your show as well. You're already there.
That's
it.
it.
For half an hour.
100%. Harry's been doing a few sort of house parties, and they booked him to do sort of stand-up, like a 20-minute stand-up spot or whatever it is. And what he's been doing to bolt onto that, exactly the same thing. He says, have you got a spare room in the house that I could set up a little table, have a few chairs? Because the problem is with a house party, usually you don't have a huge amount of people there. So doing a 20-minute stand-up's great, doing a sort of 20-minute close-up set is great. But if you're booked for a longer period of time, or you want to bolt something on, and what he does is he sets up the table, and then he will, or they will send in 5 people at a time. These 5 people, all they get treated to like a 10 or 15 minute sort of parlor show, like a close-up show, but sitting down where they're sitting around, like an intimate show. And he'll do that for, let's say, 5 sets of 5. If you're doing that for 15 minutes each, you're already an hour and 15 minutes in. By the time you do your 25 minutes, 35 minutes stand-up, it's nearly 2 hours you've been booked and paid for. You know, and it's a lovely way of doing it.
I always say to the client, if I get those sort of gigs, I say to them, like, if I could have the room, this one little side room, they can come in. Otherwise, what's going to happen is I'm going to be doing some tricks over here. They're going to come over and watch, and we're going to end up just doing a show for everybody anyway. You're not going to get the same experience. Whereas if we bring them in little groups, they can sit and watch. They're sworn to secrecy. They go back out. The next group comes in, sees exactly the same act, and then you go back out, and everyone's buzzing and ready then to watch you do your, 25, 30-minute cabaret spot at the end for the whole room.
Yeah.
And you've had a nice little general build-up. You haven't had to worry about, oh God, I've already done this trick. That bloke's seen that. I need to go and get something else out of the case. You're doing the same tricks over and over, and you're just having a real buzz with it. I love them. Yeah, I love the house parties. But even with the company dinners and stuff, these are happening more and more again.
Yeah.
And they're making, now that people are allowed out again, they're making a big deal about them. So it's a good thing to do.
Yeah, I remember doing a gig once, and it was a house party, and when I spoke to them, they were expecting 100+ guests. It was a massive house towards Canterbury, and they told me the layout. There will be a few people mingling inside the house, and they had a massive garden with 2 marquees in it. So they said, there's going to be people in the first marquee, people in the second marquee. I think the second one was sort of the drinks marquee. The first one, they had a buffet in there and stuff like that. So they said there's going to be people, mixing everywhere. And I was booked for 2 hours, which I thought would be, that's a good amount of time. So I walked in the house, and they've got a conservatory, and there's about 20 people sitting in the conservatory. So I thought, well, what I'll do is because the conservatory wasn't huge, but I thought I'll do a stand-up bit in the conservatory, do like 15 minutes, and I'll go out in the garden and entertain everyone else. So I've done like a stand-up bit, and I said, I'll go out in the garden. They went, no, everyone's here. And that was it. And now I had like another hour and 45 minutes to fill. And I always took I had quite a big close-up case, far more than I ever needed, because like many magicians, you go out with a huge case and you do 5 tricks, and you do the same 5 tricks all the time, sort of thing. Lucky I had that case, because I really went through everything, like literally everything. And it was, but it's good. If I would have known that, if I would have thought of that parlour thing, I could have split that 20 or 25 people into groups of 5. And straight away, that's extended what is a 15-minute act into an hour and 15 minutes of performance.
Yeah. And then you've got, and then you haven't got long to do. You've got 5-10 minutes to set up your show and do or whatever, or you don't have to go through as much material at the end for the rest of the time.
Yeah. That's it. It's such a good way of doing it, and it sort of feels like they're getting something more.
And it feels like they're getting something a bit more exclusive.
Yeah.
I do this little tiny show. It's quite an elite thing, quite an exclusive thing. Also, it looks great on your website. If you could say, "Oh yeah, I'm the close-up magician. I walk around doing tricks," or you can book me for this instead. This is a little bit more, and it does. you know, it's the difference between getting your cocktail in a pint glass or getting it in one of those fancy shot glasses. You kind of go, oh, this is nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the same drink. It's going to go down the same way, but it's 99% of what we like chefs. 90% of what we do is presentation.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you do; it's how you do it. And so you wrap it up and you call it whatever you want. Yeah, I'm going to do this instead, and this is something else I can offer for you. And it's you know, it's a bit more exclusive. It feels really good, and they feel like they're getting a proper show out of it. But actually, it's just 5 people sitting in a spare bedroom, you know, or in the living room. And people go, oh, wow, that sounds really good. Yeah, that's going to break the evening up really nice. And also, you can sell it as well. You're giving something to the client there, because now the booker has got time to go and sit with so and so for 10 minutes, because they know that everybody else is a lot of people in that other room, so they can go and see, yeah, how are you getting on? Haven't seen you for ages, and blah blah blah. You know, we'll carry on this chat in a bit. I'm just going to go and do this bit. You're going up to the magic room now, and now I can have a chat with Ethel when she got, not Ethel, but you know what I mean, or whoever. When they come down, you can have a chat with them. So it does break up, instead of, I'd love to chat, but I've got to go and sort this out. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Oh yeah, I can have a chat now, because I haven't got to worry, because Wayne's up there looking after everybody.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's a great way of doing it, and like you said, it just does feel more exclusive as well, and it's a good upsell. Just had a message come in from Phil, who says, Decision Point is an extended version of Killer Elite. Great props, love it. It's a similar method, but they have got a totally free choice of all 7, and it's beautifully constructed, and the props are lovely.
We've got some people from around the world saying hello as well. We've got a couple from America, Australia. We've got lots of people.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Walter McGurn, great colour combination, Wayne, shirt and trousers. Yeah, I've got my shorts on. I don't care telling you, I've got my shorts on. And once the shorts go on, they don't come off. I keep them on, pop when I'm working. So, yeah, got my shorts on. I don't care. It's my. Also, just because a few people have messaged saying I should come into the same room with you, Peter, we're actually 110 miles apart.
Yeah.
This is actually my dining room in Newmarket up in the east. I'm in that pregnant part of England, that bit sticks out, the pregnant tummy. I'm up there, and Pete's right down by the south coast. So, yeah, we're both tuning in from different locales.
We certainly are. Wayne, we're sort of running out of time. It's already...
No, not really.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
2:42, so we've only got 18 minutes left before we've got to shut the stream. Michael said, my 6-year-old daughter does Mystic Chips brilliantly. So easy, but so deceptive.
Do you know what? We've had a few people send in videos of their kids and themselves doing magic. If you want to film it and send it over, we'll put it up on the Facebook, the private Facebook group, and people can see it. We even had Ryan come down to the shop last week. And it was last week, wasn't it? Or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
And his son was on the TikTok. He's only about 5 or 6, little Charlie, and he was outside doing the
dice explosion.
So there's loads. So we'd love to see if you've got any videos of yourself doing any of the tricks, not even the Amazing Magic range, any of the tricks you perform, any trick, if you're doing something at a party or you're with your mates, get the camera out, get them to film it, send it over, because we would love to see it and see your take on it, see how you're doing it.
I did ask people what they were working on at the moment. And Tom Rolfe said he's working on Leo's coffee cup, chop cup routine, which is a great routine. Adrian Fox said, been looking at John Allen's Down to One, love the effect, but it's really hard to find. Do we have it? We should be getting it, all things being equal. It should be on our site hopefully later on this week. Andy Chase, he picked up Bandwidth in our sale. Bandwidth is brilliant. The first time I saw Greg perform Bandwidth, fooled the hell out of me. Really did. He came into the shop, and the post lady came in to pick up the post, And he just went in. The thing about Greg Wilson is no matter where he is, he's in performance mode. And everything he does looks impromptu. Even though it's not really impromptu, it looks like it's impromptu. So he borrowed a coin from her. One, I think it was 350p's, or she had one and he had two, or whatever it was. And then he just starts magnetically linking them together. And then he hands it out and they're all just stuck together. You can't get them off. And then one by one, they just all fall apart again. He hands them to her. That was phenomenal. Then he took his ring off, got her to examine it, stretched it, put it back in, gave it straight back to her. And but everything looked like it was just, oh, I don't have anything, but let's try something. You got any coins, or you got this, or you got that. Really, really good. But Bandwidth, yeah, such a great routine. Such a great routine.
He's one of my favourite performers, Greg is.
Yeah.
He's one of my favourite performers. He's such a, likeable character.
And everything he does just seems like real magic. Really does. When you watch him do stuff, so good. His misdirection is second to none. David Hand said he is working on the quantum deck. It's so clever. He's got some gigs coming up and they'll be part of his close-up set. Quantum deck, nice. Once again, another brilliant one from Craig Petty. We have got.
What about if he turned out to be the ghost?
Oh,
the invisible magician. Well, no, he's not because he's there in the studio with you.
Yeah, he's over there. And who was it? I presume this guy is Bill. Bill said he's dabbling with some electronics at the moment and he's liking the Switchbox. I will say as well, guys, if you like the look of that Switchbox, I presume the one you have is the little transparent-y looking one. If you're interested in one of those, we've got some stock, but I believe once this stock is gone, we won't be able to get them anymore. From what I heard from the manufacturers, I'm not sure if they're making them anymore. So if you're interested in one, I would pick one up. Let me have a look. Darren Rotherham said he's working on some Roy Walton material, specifically Smiling Mule. Big congratulations to Darren Rotherham, who was on Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway, and he won.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He won the ad break.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, congrats.
Awesome. Yeah, well done, mate.
Let's have a look what else is happening here. When are we getting more stock of Quantum Deck? I believe they're coming in this delivery, which will either be today or tomorrow.
Oh, exciting.
Jeff Short said, any news on the new website? We're getting apparently very close. It's getting to the point where I'm just too scared to ask them. But I would say hopefully, fingers crossed, within the next 10 days, the new site will be up. That's what I'm hoping. It's getting closer.
It's so close, isn't it? You can taste it.
Yeah.
It's looking great.
There's just a few technical things they've got to do and bits like that. So, Don said the Sting is an outstanding routine. It really is. Midway Sideshow said, who should I contact about a website issue? Yeah, if you email sales@alakazam.co.uk with any issues you might be facing, we will be able to help.
Nice.
Rich Reddish said, is the Mind Spy one of your upcoming releases? It will be coming out. Mind Spy 2 will be coming out at some time. So I think we've had them in stock for like 3 years, and it hasn't come out. So yeah, it will be coming out at some point.
That's the wallet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not really a wallet. It's more of like a little. It looks like a wallet, but it's like a little notepaddy thing. Yeah, it's very good. I just need to sit down and film the video for it, and it's going to be a pretty big project. So that's why it's just kept being pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. But yeah, it will be coming out at some point. Yeah. Rich Relish said, I think I've been asking for 3 years. Yeah, yes. Right, so shall we play this final trailer?
Yes, this is another Regal one, isn't it?
It is another David Regal one. So let's have a look at that now.
Sudden Deck. Maybe you know the effect? For all these years, Sudden Deck was done with a bicycle back design. Why? It was the only way to do it. But times have changed, and now everyone has all these choices. Different decks they like to use in performance. Well, now you can do Sudden Deck with any back design. This is Universal Sudden Deck. I'm so excited. I went on a tour of the US Playing Card Company, and they gave everyone free samples. I love free samples, don't you? This is a deck of cards before they're printed. This is what it looks like after they're printed. I know, much more colorful and interesting colors. I know they're not done though. They perform it in the shape of a card box. Once it's in that shape, that's when they can put in the deck of cards. I wouldn't kid you, a full deck of playing cards. This is Universal Sudden Deck. So, any back design, much more durable, and now a slightly larger capacity. That is Universal Sudden Deck.
So, they're in as well.
I had the very first one when it first came out, and I used to use it in Spain, and it was a great way. I'd say, oh, I need a deck of cards, boom. Oh, and it was just a great way to introduce a pack of cards.
It's a great opener. It is a great opener. If you're doing tables or anything like that, it's a brilliant opener. But yeah, they're in stock. Yeah, once again, it's another one. And the fact is, it's like, I love things like this because they are tricks, but they're sort of things that happen. Imagine, like, normally you'd get a box of cards out of your pocket, pack of cards, take the cards out, and the magic hasn't begun yet. Imagine if the magic begins before the cards are even taken out of the box. Do you know what I mean? It's such a lovely thing. The more things that you can get into your act like that, the more magical moments there's going to be. And when you watch, you know, if you watch someone like Etienne, there's magic happening all the way through. So his set might only be 3 tricks, but there'll be maybe 10 effects in that set. You know, he'll move the wine glass, the bottom will fall off. He'll, you know, produce something. Someone's glasses will appear from his wallet. They're all things that aren't part of his main 3-trick set, but there's so much magic that's happening all the time. And I think the more magical moments you can put in that really aren't part of your set is incredible. Like when you do the pen. You know, when you produce it, you could just go, oh, can you do me a favour, just sign that. But you don't. You always produce the pen.
Yeah, the pen is produced from, so it's here. So I'll do this, and I go, yeah, write your name with it, Sharpie, there we go, and then the pen's there.
Yeah.
And then it vanishes at the end.
That's it. But little magical moments like that, because otherwise you're just going to take the pen out and hand it to them. Yeah. Why not make it magical?
To go, oh, here's a pen, write your name on the card. Much nicer to go, oh, yeah, you can use my pen if you want to.
Yeah.
You know, just a much nicer moment.
Yeah.
Because you're a magician, you're supposed to do magic. You know, it's supposed to be, yeah.
And do you know what? In a lot of instances, the reactions you get to those things can actually be bigger than the reaction you get for the actual trick.
Yep. Yep. I've had people come to me, like in Tesco's or whatever, and go, Wayne, where'd that pen come from?
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing that they remember. You know, it's a 1 minute there isn't, the next minute there is.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a lot of thought to look at what you're doing and go, do you know what? Rather than me just bringing this wallet out, whatever, rather than do that, I could do this instead. I've just filmed a new trick that I've come up with called Prison Break, and I've added into it, just because I want a moment to kind of level everything out, I've added the baby gag into it. And it fits it so perfectly. I mean, the baby gag's great anyway, but in this situation, it really does create and then it's a gag, and then you go to the actual effect, it just makes it even stronger. So there's loads of ways you can enhance your act by adding a nothing into it and making something that's nothing into something that's something. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It's always worth doing. Thinking about everything that you're doing. If you set yourself up a little 4 or 5 minute set, think about the little things that you might be able to do in between. You know, so if you are bringing out a deck of cards, I mean, maybe you just don't want to use something like sudden deck. You just want to bring the cards out, but think about how you could add little, like just sprinkling, pepper in some other magic along the way, just like little magical things. If you're doing something with coins, why not produce the coins at the beginning or vanish them at the end? Or, you know, if you're getting someone to sign something, why not produce the pen from somewhere? Yeah, all little things like that.
Young, I remember the magician at my magic club, and he gave me a Sharpie and told me to sign the card. And he put the Sharpie, put the lid on it, opened his hand, it was gone. And it was just on a bit of elastic.
Yeah.
But that moment, for me, was like, no, he didn't move. Where did he go? You know, where's that pen gone? And it was such a strong, powerful moment. And it was just literally just hanging down his back.
Yeah.
So, you know, you don't need to be clever about it. You know, you can really cause an instant that will be remembered for years to come with something that's just complete nonsense. You know, anything that's why I've got loads of gags in my pockets, because they're the moments that get remembered. People remember me as the guy with the gags.
Yeah.
And I've literally got like 5 or 6 different comedy moments in my pockets that I can pull out at any time. And people groan at my jokes, and I don't really care, you know, because I find them funny. But they do work, and I have them in my pocket.
And now remember them. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
The little grater is a fantastic prop.
Yeah.
You know, always gets a laugh, always gets a giggle.
One of the funniest things I saw, and I don't think it's Chris Congreve's, I think it might be Gary Jones's. It might even go way before Gary Jones, the mini boomerang.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's an old gag. I've got one here. There we go, yeah. I threw that away last week.
Yeah, and he does it in a card to wallet. And he's got like, he's got a picture of, it looks like a child's mobile, you know, that hangs, but with Mr. T's head on it. And he opens his wallet, he goes, oh, I've got my, there's a picture of my kids. Yeah, so he does that one. There's my pride and joy. And then he says,
he made the pride and joy card.
Yeah.
More modern one now.
And there's my T-Mobile card. Then he brings out a boomerang and goes, oh, I thought I threw that away last week. And it's just that little moment, and it's just so funny. You know, it's so funny. But yeah, little moments like that are great. Someone asked, Mark asked, is there somewhere to learn the pen stuff? Now, who's the nerd magician? Tom
Crosby.
Tom Crosby.
He's got a DVD called Pencyclopedia.
Yeah, which is great. Really, really good. Oh, actually, that's a really good shout, Graham. Graham said, when you start hidden treasures again, you must include common sense. Yeah, common sense is still one of my favourites to do when I'm out and about.
Well,
so simple, but
just 6 cards, 7 cards.
Yeah.
Just sits there and doesn't do anything. You know, takes up no room whatsoever.
Yeah. Right, we're going to be wrapping this up in a moment, but Tom Rolfe has just said, are there any academies coming up? There are. The reason why there hasn't been any is because we've been trying to... We were told that the new site was going to be live at the end of January. So we thought, right, we're not going to have any academies until the new site's live. We're going to start everything off again. And obviously that's been delayed. And a lot of the stuff, we've got products that were due to come out that we've held back because the site was coming. But yet the academy isn't gone. It is going to be coming back. We want to get the site up. We want to get the site running for a few weeks, just so we iron everything out. And what we may end up doing is maybe having a free academy evening, just to test everything out as well, and see how that goes. Maybe we'll put on a few effects for people, Wayne.
Yeah, maybe I could do some pen stuff.
Yeah. Nice.
If people want to learn, that's actually, I've never seen this one in print before, anywhere before. It's something I came up with where you show your hand empty, you make a pen, and then it's not there, and it's not there, and then the pen is there, and then it's gone again. Oh.
Lovely. Yeah, maybe we'll have a little pen academy.
Boom, look at that, that'd be awesome.
Cool. Get to work then.
More homework.
Right, so that brings us to the end of this week's live. So thank you everyone for joining us. There's nothing else happening online for us this week, but next week, either Wednesday or Thursday, we have got a live launch. So
next week already?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So guys,
I'm very excited about next. Also,
no, I was just going to say, keep an eye on your emails.
I'm excited for next week's live launch. It's a good one. Well, they're all good ones, but this is particularly.
Jamie. Yeah, Jamie's been working this one a lot, and he said he's been getting great reactions from it. So
as soon as I got it in my pocket,
yeah,
I've got a little. I call it my Jack Bauer bag because it's the same as Jack Bauer uses in 24. It's not a man purse; it's a Jack Bauer bag, and I've got it in there. It goes everywhere with me. It's such a great. You do it in the pub, do it in your shows, do it anywhere. I even do it in my kids' shows. Before the kids' show started, there's a few kids there. And I do the high five, and yeah, it's great. Yeah,
that's brilliant. Yeah, David Hand says Wednesday the 27th is the date it was advertised. It was, but we've just been told that the creator can't make that night. So I'm going to speak to him to see whether he can make the 28th. If he can't make the 28th, we'll keep it to the 27th. If he can make the 28th, we'll move it to the 28th because it will be good to have him there for the after show.
Yeah.
But keep an eye on your emails and we'll let you know. Right, so that's it for this week's live. Wayne, thank you so much for joining us, as always. And I will leave you with another little trailer. No, we've used up all the trailers.
What?
Yeah, they're all gone. So it just leaves us to say goodbye. And we will see you next Tuesday.
Yes.
Right here.
At 2 o'clock. Right.
Yep.
Well, at 2 o'clock.
Right here on the AlakazamM Live. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Have a fantastic week. We'll see you next week.
Bye for now.